Today is the day, Jennifer thought to herself as she took a look in the mirror as she was getting ready for work. Her beautiful chestnut brown, slightly curly, slightly wavy hair fell delicately just below her shoulders, with the ends partially grazing her perfectly sculpted shoulder blades. When she straightened her hair, it almost reached her mid-back, but she preferred to leave it more natural, especially at work. She put on a sexy but professional black dress that gently hugged her petite yet curvy body perfectly, and did her makeup with subtle tones of black eyeshadow, blush, and lip gloss. She didn't need much makeup to accent her beautiful facial features and good bone structure. Put on a pair of professional heels, grabbed her sport coat, and headed for the door. I wonder what everyone at work would think, she thought to herself on her walk from home to the office. You see, Jennifer was a 30-year-old lawyer who recently passed the bar exam and boldly started her own practice, sharing a suite with a few other sole practitioners. Everything this year was new to her, including the drastic haircut she was about to get after work. She made an appointment with her hairstylist, Jade, for 4:30 in the afternoon and was going to leave the office a little early since it was Friday. The haircut wasn't necessarily something she was doing willingly, but not unwillingly either. You see, she recently started dating her best friend Andrew. They had dated previously, but then became incredibly close. Never being one to hold back secrets, Andrew told Jennifer very early on about his fetish for women with short hair, dramatic makeovers, and even no hair. It was something that both unsettled and intrigued her at the same time, but not something she gave much thought to, because they only dated a brief while before transitioning to a platonic friendship. As time went on, their feelings for each other grew dramatically, and they decided to date again as their emotional and physical chemistry made it clear a platonic relationship was not feasible. Andrew's fetish initially caused Jennifer much apprehension, but as they grew more intimate and he explained it to her better, it started to grow on her, and even excite her. The thought of receiving a dramatic short haircut, especially knowing that she's doing it for the man she cares about, really gave her a thrill. The most exciting part was that she wouldn't even get to choose the style. In fact, neither her nor Andrew get to choose the style. Instead, she is simply going to respond with only 2 words when Jade eventually asks her how she would like her haircut. Very short. How would it look? What style am I going to get? Is it going to be super short? Is it going to look good? Am I going to like it? What are my friends and family going to think? These are all thoughts that went through her head throughout the day at work. In fact, she barely got any work done because she was so preoccupied with the upcoming haircut. It was a good thing she didn't have any client meetings today. She also wondered if she was going to miss her long hair as well. It wasn't that she was particularly attached to it, but she knew she had great hair others would absolutely kill for. And now she was a few hours away from chopping it off. It had excellent thickness and volume, was easy to style, and she received compliments on it regularly. In her preoccupation, she hadn't realized how quickly the time flew by, and before she knew it, it was 4:15 p.m. Thankfully, the salon was just a short 5-minute walk from her office in downtown Santa Monica, so she packed up her belongings and made her way over. Before leaving, she stood by the mirror and took one last before photo, noticing that she was having an exceptionally good hair day. For some reason, she noticed that the fact that her long hair was looking extra nice before it was about to be chopped off excited her. She texted Andrew the before photo and went on her way to the salon. She arrived at Carlo's salon a few minutes early and was instructed to take a seat by the receptionist. Though Jennifer wasn't one to spend recklessly on material items, she spared no expense when it came to expenses involving personal hygiene. Carlo's was very high-end, with marble accents throughout and an aroma of top-shelf professional styling products that filled the air. There were 6 chairs total in the salon, 4 downstairs and 2 upstairs in the loft area. "Hi, Jennifer," said Jade. "I'm surprised to see you back so soon for a cut. It has only been 4 weeks and we normally go 4 months before you need a trim. Is everything okay?" Jade was about 5'5", with long, straight, jet black hair that went down to her mid-back, a voluptuous yet toned athletic body, and a handful of trendy tattoos on her arms. Although she was very approachable, her look was quite intimidating, as she regularly wore darker colors and darker makeup to match her straight jet black hair. Today, she wore shiny black athletic leggings that showed off her fit physique and tight dark gray top. Despite only being in her mid-30s, she had established herself as one of the top stylists in Santa Monica, amongst very high-end clientele. "Yeah, everything is fine," Jennifer answered nervously. Sensing some trepidation in Jennifer's voice, Jade felt it would be more appropriate to have the remainder of the conversation in private. "Okay, follow me," exclaimed Jade. "I know we normally cut your hair down here, but the loft is completely open right now, and since you're the last client, Carlo told me I can use it. So it's your lucky day." Jade led Jennifer upstairs to the loft area. She had never been there before, but it was beautiful. The neatest part was that the salon stations were much larger, and the faux balcony from the loft allowed one to look both downstairs to see what was happening, but also had a beautiful unobstructed view of the ocean from the floor-to-ceiling windows at the storefront of the salon. Jade led Jennifer to the station, sat her down, and fastened a large white cape around her neck. As she stared at Jennifer in the mirror, she had a puzzled look on her face and asked, "You know, your hair is looking really great. I'm itching to know why you made an appointment for a cut. A color I could understand, but your ends look great and everything looks fine. What's going on?" Hearing Jade confirm her previous suspicion that she was having a particularly good hair day really made Jennifer both nervous and excited at the same time. She suddenly felt her pulse raise, her palms sweat, and her face began to flush. "Holy crap," she thought to herself. "Is Andrew's fetish rubbing off on me?" "I'm ready for a change," Jennifer responded to Jade, this time more assertive. "Oh, really? How exciting! What are we thinking? Some layers, bangs, maybe a few extra inches than usual? What do you have in mind?" said Jade. As she practiced before, Jennifer looked at Jade confidently through the mirror and uttered the two magic words. "Very short." "Very short? Ooh, this is fun. I know other stylists that would dissuade you from cutting off all your pretty hair, but thankfully, I'm not one of those," Jade exclaimed. "Do you have something in mind? Did you bring me a photo?" Jade asked Jennifer. "No, I trust you. Surprise me. Cut it very short," she responded. Jennifer couldn't believe she uttered those words. It was finally happening, and her heart was racing a mile a minute. "Well, look at you, counselor. I love it. Very short, huh? Okay, I'll think up a few things while I have Paulina wash your hair," Jade responded. The receptionist, a young and innocent-looking all-American blonde girl, which doubled as the shampoo girl, came upstairs and led Jennifer to the shampoo bowl. As she was having her hair washed by Paulina, Jennifer couldn't help but realize that this was the last time she will have her long hair washed. Wow, after this it's going to be much shorter. What would that even feel like? She pondered. Just then, Paulina finished washing her hair, wrapped it in a towel, and led her back to Jade's station. "And she's back. Okay, I've done some thinking, and I think I know what we should do. The best part is that with your features and your physique, you could really pull off any look. You have very strong eyes, and I think a shorter style would really help bring them out more. Let me pull up a photo so I can show you what I had in mind," said Jade as she was scrolling through her phone. "No, don't," Jennifer quickly cut her off. "Let's keep it a surprise. It's more fun this way," she continued, her heart feeling like it was about to jump out of her chest. "Oh my gosh, you're so right. You know what? Let's really make it a surprise. I'm going to turn you away from the mirror until the cut is complete," retorted Jade. Now it was undeniable. Jennifer really was getting turned on by the experience. The mystery, the risk, the sacrifice. What the heck was going on? She didn't understand it, but she really enjoyed the suspense. "Okay, Jennifer responded. With that, Jade turned Jennifer away from the mirror so that she was looking directly downstairs and to the ocean. An amazing view on such a clear day. Jade undid the towel and began to lightly blow-dry Jennifer's hair on the low setting, making sure to leave it damp enough for the cut. Once that was finished, she combed out Jennifer's thick, damp hair, which now reached just past her bra strap, before grabbing the rest of her tools. "Here we go," Jade blurted. Jennifer heard Jade rummaging through her stylist tools and saw out of the corner of her eyes that Jade had picked up a pair of very unique gold shears. "I only use these on special occasions, when I want good precision. They're extra sharp," Jade explained. Jennifer heard Jade open and close the shears twice, snick, snick, before she felt them touch her chin. Jade then grabbed all of Jennifer's damp hair with her left hand, like a makeshift hair tie for a ponytail, and cut right across at the base of her nape, leaving all of the hair roughly at chin length. The shears cut through Jennifer's thick mane of hair like a hot knife going through butter in what felt like 2 seconds. "Eek!" Jennifer let out. She couldn't believe what just happened. She expected the cut to happen more gradually. Just then, Jade detangled the length that she had just cut off in front of Jennifer's face. "Look at all of this hair! That's at least 12 inches of growth, Jennifer! 2 years' worth!" And dropped it all into Jennifer's lap. There was almost something sadistic about the way she did it. The previously white cape was now filled with lifeless 12-inch strands of long brown hair sitting in her lap. Jennifer sat there stunned as she reached out under the cape and touched the remaining hair on her head. Her once long hair was now reduced to what felt like a shaggy bob, no longer than her chin at its longest length, and that was while it was damp. Once dry, it would surely be much shorter. "Holy shit," Jennifer blurted. "Well, you did say very short. We're just getting started. Unless you want some input," Jade responded. Jennifer did have an urge to give some input. How short is she going to go? Am I even going to have any hair left? She thought. Ultimately, however, this was way too much fun and exciting, and she wanted to see the surprise through. Plus, she trusted that Jade wouldn't give her a style that would be unflattering. "No, you have my trust. Do whatever you want," Jennifer responded half-confidently. "Great! The fun part starts now anyways," said Jade, ignoring the minor apprehension. Over the next 20 minutes, Jade worked feverishly cutting Jennifer's hair. Initially, she clipped the top with a clip and worked on the back and sides. Jennifer couldn't tell what was going on, but there was hair literally flying everywhere on the white cape, which was now filled with tons of brown hair. Every time Jennifer thought Jade had finished a section, Jade would step away, survey her work, and continue to cut that same section until she felt she got it right. Snip, snip, snip. First with her fingers, then with the scissors over the comb, starting on the base of the neck and working her way upward toward the crown. Finally, the cutting stopped and Jade put her shears away. Jennifer was dying to know what the back and sides of her hair looked like, and was about to reach out from under the cape to touch her head when she heard a click and a Holy crap, she's going to shave the back of my head, she thought. But before she could even materialize a sentence, Jade was running the clippers around the parts of the back and sides of her head. She had no idea how short Jade was taking it, or how high up she was pushing the clippers. But that didn't matter, because the vibrations of the clippers felt so good against her head and neck. She just closed her eyes and enjoyed the sensation. It felt amazing. Jade worked meticulously, going up the sides and back of Jennifer's head, then rummaging through her tools, snapping on a different plastic guard on the clippers, and inching up, sometimes higher, sometimes lower, than the previous spot. Finally, she heard Jade take off the plastic guard, but didn't hear one being put in its place. Immediately thereafter, she felt the cold steel blades of the clippers working their way up her neck, slowly nibbling at her hairline. The feeling of the vibrating naked clippers on her hairline felt even better, and Jennifer savored every second of the experience, not wanting it to stop. Click. "Okay, you can feel it now. I decided to go shorter than planned and slightly fade into it. Don't worry, that's just a number 3 at the bottom, so it'll look professional, counselor, Jade replied with a smirk. I also went ahead and shaved all the baby hairs off your neck and shaped up your hairline without the guard for a cleaner look. It really makes your soft neck pop out more, she added. Jennifer reached up and touched the nape and sides of her hair. She couldn't believe how short it was. Just 40 minutes ago, the hair that hung the back and sides of her head was nearly down her back, and now it was cut so short she at some parts couldn't even grab it with 2 fingers. It did feel amazing, however. She loved the way her spine tingled every time either she or Jade touched it. She noticed herself getting carried away by fantasizing about Andrew running his hands over the back of her head and kissing her newly exposed bare neck, and becoming immensely turned on when she was suddenly snapped out of it by Jade. Now I'll just finish up the top and I'll have you on your way. I think you're going to love it, Jade said. Jade spent the next 25 minutes cutting and styling the remaining long hair Jennifer had. After unclipping the top, Jennifer could feel the hair grazing her nape and jaw. Jade brought the golden scissors back out and once again began to snip away at the remaining hair at a fast pace. Jennifer could see 2, 3, and even 4-inch pieces falling in front of her face and into her lap as Jade continued to cut. She couldn't believe how much was coming off. She really is cutting a bunch off the top. How much is even going to be left? Will I even be able to style it? Will Andrew be able to grab it? She suddenly got nervous that very short might have been too drastic of an instruction, but once again remembered that she was really enjoying the suspense of the entire situation, and the mystery of it all was literally killing and exciting her at the same time. And done. You look so cute and professional now, Jennifer. I'll turn you around in a second, but this is called an asymmetrical pixie that you wear to the side. You'll notice it's slightly longer on the right side since that side complements your face better. You can wear it curly, wavy, or straight, Jade said. To be honest, I love this look on you. Your old style was flattering, but it made you look 21, which isn't a bad thing. But since you've recently started your own law practice, I figured a style that made you look more your late 20s, early 30s was the way to go, she added as she turned her around. Jennifer was completely floored by her new look. Her previously long mane was replaced by a spunky yet professional short curly pixie, which was slightly longer on the right side and swept to the side a bit. The new look made her eyes pop out so much more and showed her beautiful facial features. In addition, her pretty little ears were now completely exposed and her nice earrings were in full view. Moreover, she loved the way her neck and shoulders were now fully visible with the form-fitting dress she was wearing. I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried I made a mistake when I saw how much hair was coming off. But I love it, Jennifer exclaimed ecstatically as she touched her new style with excitement. Fantastic! This one will need more upkeep, so I'll be seeing you every 4 weeks, said Jade. Jennifer paid Jade, hugged her, and left the salon feeling great. She took a quick selfie with #after and sent it to Andrew. It didn't even take 15 seconds for him to call her, and he was literally speechless when they spoke.